Hi.
Hi.
I managed to get one sock on in the intro, not the other sock. Not that it matters, but it makes me feel more professional to be wearing socks. If that makes
That's
any
fair.
sense whatsoever.
I think it does. I've got our WIP Wednesday going now. All of our regulars have new jobs now. It may just be me and you for WIP Wednesday until you abandoned me for college.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I think
Well,
I need to change out my contacts later.
There. My hair's sopping wet because I got out of the shower 10 minutes ago. And I didn't dry it off or anything.
Fair enough.
Oh. I have been working on my creative resume for internships and stuff. And it's like 3 pages, not including what I've written in the past year. And my resume for applying to these internships is a max of 1 page. But they're all creative type jobs. So we're supposed to include projects we've worked on. And I emailed my, one of the guys in the program being like, hey, what should I do? I don't, how do I choose which projects? And he's like, oh, pick the ones that, feel the most relevant. Also, you can cut, miscellaneous stuff, like your awards section and your last college. And I was like, damn, okay. Just cutting out my last college that I went to for 2 years from this.
Yeah.
From my resume is intense.
Like, you don't need that. That's miscellaneous. Fuck that college.
That college, apparently.
That poor college.
Doesn't make the cut in the teacher's mind. But it shows off that I went to college early. It's actually not clear at all.
Well, I'll be doing a bit of momming as we prepare for our family vacay, so.
My dad just sent me a picture of why my car failed inspection. There. That half moon bit is that half moon bit is supposed to be metal. It's supposed to be something there. And it's horribly corroded. Rip. I think it's the second live stream I mentioned my car on. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I was that sad at first, but now I'm kind of sad about it.
I'm sorry.
Poor Parker, you were a good car while you lasted. You were a car while you lasted. Everywhere I sit in my room move my desk and stuff, you can just see so much of my bedroom. And this way, I set it up. My mom was like, oh, they're going to be able to see your bed. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's not a very big room. Unless I put the desk facing a wall, which I did do at one point in my last bedroom. You're gonna be able to see the majority of my bedroom.
Yeah.
It's fine. Do you like my comforter cover, which is yellow with little white hearts?
Oh,
It's one of the backup ones because mine needs to be clean.
no.
Yeah, you don't like
I
it?
moved. No, I was moving things back to
I
make this. I'm making a mess over here. It's fine. There we go.
I spent my my morning, which was really midday, doing dishes because our dishwasher is broken. Or it's semi-broken. We ran it like twice, and the dishes did not get clean. So we're
What do you mean head out for the evening? You mean to work? Because I don't think it's
not in
evening.
our time zone. What time zone are you in, RP?
That's my thing. Like, I know people who work second shift will refer to it as leaving for the evening because they're not coming back till later. But
I thought the RP was in the US, and this is the latest.
he is.
Right now.
That's
It's
why.
2 p.m.
Yeah, but if he works second shift, his shift would be from like 2 to 10 or 10:30. So then he would be leaving for like the entire evening.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
My brain
So that's why I was asking.
like, it's evening, I'm heading out, rather than I'll head out and then it will turn.
Yeah, it's literally like only a thing I hear people who work that shift say. That's why I was asking.
Eastern.
He's Eastern, but he's not until 9 or 10. Yeah, see? So.
Oh, how dare you be right.
Now mute and get to work.
Oh, fuck. Oops.
We are back.
Yep. I am submitting my cover letter and resume to a bunch of people. And one of them, I was working on, it's like a Google form application, and I got put to a dead stop and started asking me questions about my computer, and I'm like, it says Samsung. And then I texted my dad. I was like, when you get home, can you come over and fill this out for me? Because it's acting like asking technical details, because it wants to know how much the computer you're working with can handle. And I'm like, if I get hired as this is a paid internship just for my computer, that'd be hilarious. Because my computer is because my dad used to be a tech guy, so he's sensitive about tech. Like, he wants us to have nice tech, which I'm cool with. But it's goofy. But I did submit one internship, so I've officially applied to 2 places. And then I found my fit that I'm applying to. I'm just going through the list I made and just following all the instructions. So I'm gonna apply to like 8 today, hopefully.
Nice. I read through my chapter because it's been so long since I've done anything on it.
Yeah.
Realized I was at a part that needed a transition, and then thought into space for a while. Then poorly did the transition, and now I'm into the scene where Moxie is an absolute goofball, and I'm enjoying.
Where she's absolutely what?
An absolute goofball.
Ah, I thought you said it was feral, and I'm like, okay.
I mean, I would enjoy writing that too.
I know. I was like,
no, she's being such a goofball right now. Yeah, sorry if you have trouble hearing me. My sinus drainage is in the final stage of healing, which is no voice. So,
you should just turn up your mic.
I can do that, can't I?
Yeah. Look at my technical skills.
You could have done it for me.
It's like, what skills do you have? And I'm like, I can write words. And it's like, but there's 3 spaces. And so I'm like, I can read other people's words.
Okay, how is this? Is this better?
It's good. I have a bunch of fans going in here. Because it's hot. So.
RP's not actually leaving for a job. He starts that next week. So he's just abandoning us to abandon us.
Damn, RP. I see how it is.
Corn Diff has come in. Very confused, as one is when they come into a sprint. How's the guitar going playing? Yes. This stream is a productivity stream, so we talk during the breaks and then work on our projects during the sprints. Yes, my Buc-ee's blanket. My husband has become absolutely obsessed with Buc-ee's since we stopped in it a couple of years ago. So now every time we take a trip, that's like we're going to take the kids on a family vacation, and we're not going to Gatlinburg this weekend. We're going somewhere else. But my husband was like, there's some Buc-ee's on the way. And he's like, we're not going to tell the kids. It's going to be a surprise. And I'm like, you're so adorable. No, you're fine. You weren't trust me. This here cat is a bigger distraction.
My cats have abandoned me. They don't love me anymore.
I'm glad you're hanging in there. Working on Canon in D by Johann Achema. Well, that sounds awesome. I know very little about things. Yeah. I see singing, but I can't. Yeah, we do that. We jam to our music while we work. Yeah, we're muted while we work, but Pink Pony Club.
It's a good song.
It is.
I know, she does have a great voice. She's going bigger now, and I'm really happy about it.
Yeah. Oh, RP's still here while I'm going out for Magic the Gathering with, like, real people, CV. Existing with real people, RP?
No, real. Also, we are real? We're not.
That's a good point. We are in fact real people. We are not AI. we exist. We've seen each other in real life.
Yeah.
We have real corn here, and I don't, as the foodies that we are, I don't know if this is a dilemma for
You should
me.
start running.
You should, because like you're like, I like real corn, and I'm like, I like corn smothered in butter, barbecued.
With some salt on top. Very
Oh, cream of corn too. Like real people that I've actually met. Again, we are real people. You just mean like people that you physically
in
met.
person people.
In person. Unfortunately, I haven't actually met you guys. Well, you could have if you had come.
Yeah, you could have come, Bella.
Yeah, could have popped in on us at Anime Expo. We would have been able to talk for all of 2 minutes before customers swarmed again. You know, CB, we were in California and I did not like tan at all. I go out to a lake in Kentucky for my niece's birthdays, and I am like, it's hard to tell on the computer, but I am much darker.
We were inside the whole time as well. Or not the whole time, other than the first day.
I'm just saying, isn't the thing that you just enter California and you immediately become tan, like those two teen locals that we saw?
I don't know.
The guy who was catching the manta ray.
Oh,
yeah, the boy who helped him and his. I assume they were siblings. They looked a lot alike, but they might have just been friends.
I don't know that they're friends.
Between siblings and friends?
No, between a manta ray and a stingray.
It's the way they're shaped. I think it was a stingray.
Stingray.
Today on what we
learned. That it was a stingray that they're literally manta rays have triangle shaped bodies and are larger in size. Well,
yeah, it's just
it was small though. I think
it was small. It was a stingray. It was a stingray. I misspoke because I liked the word. Stingray
that killed Steve Irwin.
Yes.
Because my older brother apparently used to like watch, like I did too, but I was too young to remember. But that was like my older brother's favorite thing when he was little, like a small child. And then apparently we were on family vacation when he died, and my parents my grandma found out and then hid it from the family because she knew that it would ruin our vacation. So like she made sure no one found out. And it was like
it was
easy access internet. So
yeah, I actually saw it when it went under the dock.
Me too.
I just like the word and how manta rays look better, so that's my default because they got like the little curve thing.
Isn't there an Aquaman villain called like Black Manta?
Yeah, but that's not the point.
I know.
Black Manta is not representative of my
but
manta.
I would imagine it's like a dude, but with like a stingray shaped head. Or a manta ray shaped head.
He wears like this helmet that's supposed to be vaguely manta ray shaped. But RP said, "Yep, I'll get on a plane and not worry about how expensive it is." To be fair, you can find some rather cheap flights.
This man does not look like a.
Also, California was not nearly as expensive as I thought it would be.
The tax was crazy though. I didn't realize the tax was.
The tax was comparable to where I live.
Yeah, why the fuck is the tax where you live?
I don't know. Their tax was like 0.1% more. No, or was it 0.1% less? I don't remember. I think it was like slightly less, and it was slightly less because that's what kept fucking me up during the convention. But anyway.
Yeah, it's significantly more than what it is where I live. So.
Yeah. So. Yes, this is a regularly scheduled stream. So on Mondays, I stream at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. Usually we do write-ins, which are very similar to this, but it's like kind of more social, so the sprints are shorter and there's longer break times. We also sometimes have parties there, do like writing events,
I'm trying to get another Flash Fiction Free-for-All scheduled there. And then every Wednesday, either on this channel or her channel, which is linked down below, we have a WIP Wednesday, which is this, where it's much more like structured, and we have like the timer in the corner controls us, tells us when to work and when to talk. And then tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, but on Thursdays, I usually have another stream like this one, but instead of working on my own project, I work on my critique partners' projects. But tomorrow, I will be traveling, and therefore, I don't have a workshop tomorrow, but I will be returning from that next week. So yeah, it's really just subscribe and you get all the streams. Yeah, but planes, hotels, traveling around the city,
Fine.
food.
We're not worth your material wealth. I see how it is. A large chunk of material wealth.
We're not worth $1,000. I don't know if that's how much it would be, but I lived in California when I was in the military and had a place there. I mean, that's fair. I did not particularly see a lot of different material. He won't even pay $1 to go in the server, CV.
Damn.
It's okay though, you
material
know.
wealth, I think.
We're just
that's the right word.
Yeah, it's the right word. I took it as We're just giving you a hard time because you said that we're not real people.
Yeah.
So because I haven't put this in the sentimental safe yet, everybody gets to see this is my first baby spoon. Because my mother kept this for some reason.
I can vaguely see it. It's blending really well into your shirt.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a little baby face on top?
It's a little baby face.
Okay.
It's from Gerber.
Wow. I love that you have the envelope as well. Our first baby student's probably like plastic, whatever. They're chewed to death.
It was like, well, it was ordered for my mom from her best friend at the time, which is part of why I covered that, because that's my Aunt Mickey's name on the envelope and her address. So I guess as like a congratulations on your baby, she got her baby spoon from Gerber.
Really nice baby spoon.
Yeah. See me, I don't have any material wealth. Oh, that's fair. Subscribe to you both. Thank you. We appreciate it. The only thing she does on her channel right now is WIP Wednesday every other week.
Yeah. I mean, you only live
This is a heads up, not a slight.
I
know
it's stuff on there from the past. Just
yeah. She's just in college. Yeah, I know. It's hard to annotate with my voice right now. But no, she's just a college student.
I am.
Trying
my last semester though.
I'm a brokerage. As are we. I couldn't even go work the convention if not for the fact that my boss covers travel and all of that. So
we couldn't do a girls' day without Sam covering me.
That was because of a foobar on your part, though.
Yes. But
what happened was got paid via Venmo, and then somebody immediately started transferring their money into their account.
Well,
and
when it's like small amounts, it only takes like 10 minutes. But because it was multiple hundreds of dollars, it took more than 10 minutes. It took 24 hours.
It's okay. I had your back.
Yeah.
I was like so concerned though, because I was like, do you need me to give you more cash before you?
And I had cash in my wallet. I wasn't out of money. I thought I was gonna have to take the train home from Philly, which was 2 hours, and I want to be able to get food like during my traveling. And I didn't
had enough for like you had enough to survive, but we were
Yeah.
trying to have a girls' day, which was more than survive.
I had enough for an emergency, but
I
didn't-
covered the luxuries.
Yeah. and I paid her back. So
She did. Like I got a message that said my money went through, and then a timestamp from Venmo that was like right after. That was like, you've been paid back. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, but it is sprint number 2. Now I gotta go get a drink.
I'm gonna try to apply to at least one more internship.
You got this. Gotta go check on my children as well. So. See y'all in 30. TV, real quick.
It's giving Batman all of the time when she purchases like that.
It's break number 2.
Hi. In case any of you more perceptive of our people noticed that I was replaced for like half that sprint with my father.
I came back to your dad sitting in the chair and you were not on screen, and I'm like, oh, he must be filling out the thing.
Yeah, probably called in the background. Yeah, he came, helped me, wrote out what's on my computer. But now I have applied to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 internships, including the Fox one that I did 10 days ago or a week ago or whatever. And so this will be my 6th once I finish this, but it's gonna take, this is a really long application process. The rest of them are just like, send your cover letter and your resume, or send your resume. I'm like, okay. And I've been including the resume as the body, or the cover letter as the body of the email I send to them, because it's the, hi, I'm a senior at blah, 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 and I study blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what else would I say in the email? Hi, see attached, bye. So if I'm doing that wrong and anyone knows, please tell me now. Let's send it to more companies. But yeah.
My momming took a lot longer than I thought it would, so I'm here though. What I have done as a way to like bridge the gap between the children not being skilled in something and saving me energy is I like gave them a list of things that they needed to pack clothes wise. And then when they're done, I go up there and we look at their luggage and I basically approve of what they've packed or mom them.
Yeah.
like it's gonna be hot, and I told my kids they've got like 4 pairs of pants, and I'm like, okay, you can pack 4 pairs of pants, but you will also pack 2 pairs of shorts.
Your kids, who every time I visit, at least one of them is like full long sleeves, full.
I know.
My minimum clothing, all the skin showing because I'm dying. The kids like, no,
same.
I'm like, how? How are you not melting?
They're not though. No. Like my oldest, he'll we'll be on a walk and he's got his hoodie and he's like, man, it's hot. And I'm like, what would be cooler if you took your hoodie off? And he goes, no, I want to wear the hoodie. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you've got like 2 options: take the hoodie off and be cool, or like learn to suffer the heat. And he goes, I will learn to suffer. And I'm like, you are 12. But as long as
go ahead.
As long as they stay hydrated, that's my big thing. I'm like, the moment your cheeks turn like red and you look like you're like physically suffering from this on a medical level is the moment Mom Veto comes out. But as long as you can like take care of your body, then do what you want.
You, me, Tina, and your daughter visited the Parthenon. And I turned red like almost immediately. We stepped outside because and you like did the talk to the child being like, your cheeks are flushed, like take the sweatshirt off, and you look at me and I'm just like bright red and you're like, do you need some water? And I'm like, no, I'm just like this.
I just had to be sure.
Like, look, I'm turning red right now because I'm laughing slightly.
Yeah, it's just you gotta adjust to the default so that you can figure out when the danger zone is.
In anime and stuff, the characters blush a lot, and like some Western audiences like, oh my god, it's because they have a crush on them. Just like, no, they're just feeling a lot of emotion. That's me. I am a blushing anime character. I can't turn it off. Trust me, if I could, I would. Because it makes my entire. I've like considered the red hair like is maybe not the best option because my face is so red, like prone to being red, and I'm like, does it make it worse? Because I saw
Hi Cool Gamer.
I saw some pictures of the writing retreat that were just not flattering. Like it was very monochrome across my whole head. Which is like a weird statement, but it's all I could see. So I have a hair appointment at the end of the month, or in like 10 days or whatever, where I'm going to go slightly more deep red with my hair rather than like the orange ginger. I'm going to go more redhead than ginger. So, and try that out. Also, the ginger fades fairly quickly. Like, right now on camera, it looks very like this is, but in real life, it looks very strawberry blonde because my natural blonde tone underneath it, so it just makes it more, strawberry. But I want like something more statement-y, like it is when it's freshly dyed, but that doesn't last very long. So I'm thinking if I go darker, more red, it'll last longer. And if I hate it, then I'm fucked because I'm going to LA right after.
Can't do nothing about it then.
Every once in a while, like the past couple of days, my phone has decided to show me pictures from when I was like the most blonde. Not the most blonde, but like the most honey blonde I was. And I was like, it looks so good.
What's up?
I miss that. But I enjoy being the ginger.
You're trying to what?
Makes me feel more unique.
You're good. Okay. We got it. I gotta connect his new phone. CB's waving at you.
Hello.
Hi.
What are these ones?
Oh, is that me getting an email or are you getting an email?
That's you getting an email. You don't hear me getting an email.
Oh. I got a response to one of my internships.
Is it a positive response?
It's hi, my real name. I hope you're well and thank you for sending this over. Please find the Google Forms application link as well as the job description. Please find. Yes, I'm aware of this, but I did not see the Google Forms. I will do that now.
Library.
Next to it, and I'm like, it looks like I'm writing that it's gluten-free. No, that is not the Buc-ee's fan.
TV.
Well, that child might be the Buc-ee's fan. That is not the husband. That is the.
Yes.
That's
the. Oh no, we don't go to the Serversville. We haven't been to the Serversville one yet, but
Cloverville or something like that. Because I have the one next from it.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So you think you got it from here? Yeah. Okay. Don't put it back in. It has to connect while it's out.
We went to Crossville. I got
we went
here, get gas, and I didn't get it for days. The joke that it's you eat here and you get gas. I was like, yeah, you eat here and you get gas for your car. What's the joke? I literally gave it to my dad, and then I was like, he put it up on our washing machine. I was like, oh.
To be fair,
is a Buc-ee's fan.
Yes, because the Buc-ee, like my husband is a really big Buc-ee's fan. He's at work right now though, so he never appears on the Wednesday streams.
Although the child has hit the man voice stage.
I know, it's so
not
weird.
Quite,
like
it'll probably drop again, but it's definitely
it'll definitely he's definitely in the in between. At the beginning of summer he was quite obviously 12, and now he's like puberty has smacked him.
Yeah.
Not quite with a sledgehammer, but with a mallet.
It has begun.
It has begun. His little mustache starter is actually like a mustache now. Yeah. I'm like, the fuck? When did the rest of the hairs get there? But like,
or are we doing the?
No. He wants the mustache. And I think even if he was going to shave it, because Chris keeps making jokes about shaving it, now he's like just determined just to fuck with Chris to have his little wispy mustache. Because that's how that child is. But all three of my children are now also Buc-ee's fans.
In my experience. You're wearing headphones.
I like
the kids with the wispy mustaches when you're that young get bullied. Not by me. I didn't bully.
That one's not gonna care. But also, I don't
with his father's genetics and the Viking genetics on my side of the family, I don't imagine it's going to stay wispy long. Because normally the kids with the wispy mustaches, they like stay wispy for over a year.
Yeah.
It's been less than a month and it's already like all the way across his lip. So I expect it to be an actual stash at some point soon.
Oh, I started watching, my dad and I've seen it before, the TV show Ghosts. It was originally a British TV show, but there's an American version. It's on CBS, I think. And I enjoyed it. It's like my comfort show because most of the cast is already dead, so you don't have to worry about any of them dying.
That's fair.
And so last night, my dad and I watched, we watched Ant-Man Quantumania. Marvel.
Hold on real quick. For those who are new here, like Corn Dip, I wish I could say that this is an abnormal WIP Wednesday and that all WIP Wednesdays we actually stick to just talking about our projects.
Oh.
However, like my full YouTube is writing mom Samantha L Nasset, so quite often you get the momming with the writing and everything, and this is my internet child. So
yeah. So we watched Quantumania, which.
Mm-hmm.
I can fix him. I can fix Marvel. Just please hire me. Please.
Oh, okay. You mean like from a writing perspective?
Yes, I can fix the entirety of Marvel. Just let me.
Okay, all right. You have to accept that for a moment I took it very differently because I am me.
Fix Ant-Man?
You know when you were like, I can fix him.
Yes.
That's
Marvel.
a romance archetype.
Yes, I know.
I know. That's what I'm saying is that
That's
you
what I
can't
was
blame me.
I was referencing.
Oh, okay, good.
Romance archetype. But and then we watched like an episode of the X-Men '97, which watched when I was like a baby. But my older brother was really into it. He wasn't watching it with us, but my dad was like getting a lot of references, and I was like, I don't really know what's going on.
Chris and I went back and we binged the entire X-Men so that we could watch 97 because I didn't know that Charles like died at the end of the one, and I was like, wait the fuck am I? I'm like, no, we're going back. I need to see all the things.
Like Charles Xavier's dead, and I'm like, he is. So we watched an episode of that, and then it was like kind of late, so my dad was like, do you have something less intense? And I was like, everything I watch is intense. And then we were scrolling around and we came across Ghosts, and I was like, oh, I love that show. And my dad let like 3 seconds of the like, you know, the little preview that plays when you like hover over stuff on some of these streaming apps, and he just hit play, and I'm like, I have never committed to a show so quickly, as quick as he committed to that. I'll like watch the trailer like twice, like scan through the first couple episode titles, but he was like, oh, seems good. Boop. I was like, oh my god. And he was like,
your dad and I select media the same way.
I can't do that. That is But
I like that, or I'll watch like a short or something, and then I'll be like, oh, I need, like, I just started watching this anime called Shadow House because of like this one short that I saw on YouTube where it's just like this girl is the living doll for this shadow noble, and I'm like, excuse? And it's like, yeah, so the shadow nobles, like, you can't see their faces or anything because they're just pure black.
Yeah.
And so the living dolls like act out the things and stuff, and I'm like, but how do they all look so alike? It's like, are these actual like living dolls that are like sculpted, or like what's going on? So I had to watch it. I watched season 1 yesterday, and I will be watching season 2 maybe today. No, I don't know about today. We got to go shopping for the trip, and I have to clean my house.
I did like an hour and a half of dishes this morning. Like I mentioned, our dishwasher's out, and I've been doing a lot of dishes recently, which I fucking hate dishes.
There were so few dishes, but my children are cleaning their rooms, and now there are so many dishes.
No,
like I could not.
They're doing dishes.
I could not find any of the spoons in the sink or anything last night to wash when I had my cereal. My oldest cleaned his room. So many bowls and spoons have come out of that room. And I'm like, this is why I couldn't find spoons for my cereal. And he's like, yeah, I eat cereal at midnight.
My mom will walk into my room and be like, get these cups out of here. Because I'll pick up a cup, go to my room, get up, go downstairs, and I'll be like, oh, I'm thirsty. I'll get a new cup, and then eventually come upstairs and be like, oh, I already had a cup. Put it down. I have ADHD, in case you didn't know. All right, writing time.
Yep.
We're back for our final break.
I was like, that was really quick, but I was like, yeah, I guess it has been three so far.
Yeah, we have one more sprint, the wrap-up sprint. I had to do more momming, but this momming was easier because I didn't have to leave my chair. Children and I are allowed to take a blanket, but we must wash them first so that they are not smelly. So how did your applications go?
I was working on the application where they sent back like, oh, fill out this form. I was like, ah. So I've been working on that one. And then, yeah. And then I have to, one of the questions for one is list the production equipment you own or have access to. And I have a task cam. It's somewhere in my closet, but I don't, trying to look up the brand for it without having to
Dig for it
from my closet.
Yeah.
So I was like looking in my order history on Amazon, or my dad got it for me as a present a couple years ago. And so I was trying to find it, but I can't find it.
It's been too long.
But like Amazon holds that stuff for years. Like you can just check but as long as he didn't.
No, it's not that it wouldn't be there necessarily so much as like just buried deeply.
Yeah, well, I mean, we moved, so I think it still is in its box.
Uh,
Yeah, we have orders from 2006, so I don't think we have to worry about an order from. Maybe I'll just scroll back. It was my 18th birthday.
The 18 would be 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago.
It only has past 3 months, so more than past 3 months. Filter. That would be 2020, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2019. Maybe it was my 19th birthday. So look at these. This is invigorating content, I know, guys.
I bet.
At the beginning of the year, so that's where my birthday is.
As in January?
Yep. Okay, I think this is true.
It's funny, the scene that I'm writing, Moxie and Rochelle get to have a conversation similar to the one we were having, where it's like one of them are bundled up and the other one is not wearing that much, considering they're now in a snowy region. So, what's the look on your face? It's okay, you're not at the scene change yet. Or look.
Made it to February.
Woohoo!
This is with the assumption that my dad didn't order it before Christmas or before the turn of the year. Right.
Fair.
My birthday.
Also, that assuming he ordered it on Amazon.
I know. Well, I texted him, asked him, shit, it's not there. Next year. Looking up task cam. Some of the stuff popping up. I'm like, I swear I got that like so long ago. It feels longer than 2 years.
Oh, to be youthful.
But yeah. Stuff I got for Pride.
So Chris's phone had like just decided it didn't want to exist anymore,
Okay.
and we had to go get him a new one. And we're sitting there talking to the guy, like selling it, and we were like talking about time and how like shit just goes by.
Yeah.
And we were, yeah, it's like our kids now. They were so small, and now they're almost as big as me.
Okay. I don't think you ever.
Which, let me tell you, everybody else, when I sell that to, they're all like, it's like, yeah, that happens, or, you know, other variations of just sort of acceptance or sympathetic parent feels. My sister, though, anytime I say that or remotely bring it up, she goes, that's not a hard goal.
I mean, it isn't.
That's not the point. They went from being the size of my forearm to being as big as me. That's still a big difference. Even if it's not a hard lifetime goal. But like literally any variation, I was like my oldest now wears shoes bigger than me. Like in January, he and I could wear each other's shoes. And then by March, he could no longer fit them. So he like had a growth spurt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, so his feet are bigger than mine again. And without missing a beat, she goes, it's not hard. And I'm like, look here, you bitch.
I think she's just bullying you as the siblings, right?
She is. She does.
This is the way.
We wear like mostly the same size, except we're shaped differently, except in boobs. She got me in boobs by like a considerable margin. But other than that, we're pretty much the same size.
What was I applying to here?
So it's just because she's the middle sister. So she's got to rub it in. As all middle siblings who are taller than their siblings, their older siblings do.
I am not taller than either of my siblings. Don't feel very bad about it because they are my brothers. My little brother is a beanstalk, so I especially don't feel bad.
Is he like Matt size beanstalk?
And he's nearing it. Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, he's put on muscle now, though.
He's gonna be a magic beanstalk.
He is. He's gonna have that Captain America build, supposedly.
My brother-in-law, we were at the beach and he was taking care of one of my nieces and they got something on his shirt and we were all about to leave. So, and we're like out in the country, so he just takes his shirt off. And then my children, who have never seen their uncle without his shirt on before, one of them looks over to the other and whispers, he's built different. This is funny to me because from my perception, he is still a beanpole. He's just a compact beanpole because he's a mechanic and he works on transmissions. But I'm like, I just laugh because my children are used to their very broad father.
Yeah.
So, but it's funny because my baby sister misunderstood it first, and she was just like, if you're trying to say he's really pale, yes, he glows.
Yeah.
And I died. I'm like,
that was her first assumption.
Cause he do though, like boy was in the shade and was like, because that's also what I noticed too, was that he was like fucking glowing in the shade. I'm like, damn, you do not see the sun, sir. So, which is not fair. He may see the sun. He may just not be a person who tans.
Okay.
But yeah,
It was funny.
One of the questions on the application was, "What's your favorite of like the films we've made?" And I'm like, I don't know. So I looked up their film list and scrolled through it. And a lot of films I had heard of, but I hadn't got around to watching because I was
Yes,
more.
you got homework.
No, but I did. I was scrolling through and I was like, okay, I've seen that and I enjoyed it, but like I'm gonna keep looking through the list. And I found one. I was like, oh, I actually very much enjoyed that movie. So it was
Oh,
Colossal,
that's good.
the Anne Hathaway movie.
Which one?
Colossal, the Anne Hathaway movie,
I have not
where
seen
she's
that.
like connected to the giant monster.
I need to see that one.
Yeah, no, it's super fun.
I had never heard of it before, but now I need to see
Yeah,
it.
it has kind of like a stacked cast too. It's like a small cast and a lot about like, I don't know. It's just really cool.
Really, all you had to say was giant monster, and I was in.
Yeah,
I didn't even need to know anything else.
that's fair, and I'm not surprised.
I am a monster fan in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Look, do I mildly regret not actually buying that book at the Rift Bodice? Maybe. Maybe a little bit.
We have one sprint left.
Yeah, we
15.
have our wrap-up sprint left in a couple minutes, and then we will be out for the day. But if you want to check back on her channel next week, we will be doing sprints at roughly the same time.
Yeah, 2 to 5.
We started 2.5 hours ago.
Yeah. I have now applied to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 internships. And I am almost done the application on the 7th.
Nice.
Which my goal was 8 today. Or 8 more. I don't know. We'll see
You said that you were going to try to start. Well, you said you were going to try to do 8 more today, which I feel like responding to the one that responded back should count as 1.
I feel like that should count as 2.
Well, what I meant was like you applying in the first place and then your response would count separately.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah, so yeah, it counts as 2.
Sure. But I'll be in the server probably after the stream. If anyone wants to join.
We shall see. I am trying to rest my voice because, as you know, I will be going on a family vacation. That is my consideration. Yeah, that's what I did to you the other day.
Mm-hmm. So I was really confused for a little while there.
And I just started to, girl, speaking was so painful. Like,
I know.
Oh my gosh. Did you know that if your sinuses drain hard enough, they can make your tonsils swell?
I'm not surprised.
That's what had happened. My tonsils had swollen, and that's why talking was so painful.
Or did you just...
No, well, my mom and my grandma were concerned that I might have strep. And I'm like, ma'ams, first, if I had strep, we would not know for months. But we checked to see if there were any pustules just in case. Because, like, my family is so familiar with strep, we can identify those fuckers like that. And there wasn't pustules, but there was some weird swelling with, like, so I, like, immediately started Googling lots of different possibilities for what it could be. And
Google, definitely a reliable source of information.
It gets me to the reliable sources of information. Is
WebMD.
No, I don't go to WebMD.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
I'm gonna fight you. But no, I like looked at lots of different possibilities and I came across this thing that was like, it's like, yes, your tonsils can swell when, like, basically if your sinuses don't drain properly, they can accidentally like fill up this third thing, and that can fuck with, like, that can give you ear pain, right? Which I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that would explain why my ears hurt. And then also the sinuses not draining properly can irritate your tonsils and make them swell. And I looked at pictures and I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely what that fucking is. So now I know.
That's fine. That's good.
Hello.
Yoo-hoo.
I almost finished the scene. I just need to figure out how to wrap it up. But like my brain sort of turned off. So it was like I was trying to figure out a way to describe this thing, and my brain was just like paused in her shoving of clothes into drawers, and I'm like, I don't think we're gonna like I put that and I highlighted it to rewrite it better, but I'm like, I don't think my brain and I are gonna get along if I try to think of how to wrap this scene up. I'm like, especially with only 3 minutes left on the timer, I was like, I will get so stressed out. I don't need that right now.
I am doing the last one. That has been that's on this list. I have another list.
Nice. So you're almost done.
Yeah, I mean, then I have to go find more internships.
Yes, but the goal for the day was to finish that list.
Yes. This company is based in LA and Toronto.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And they're in their application. They're like, okay, email your resume to this lady. Also, include your top 3. What is it? Please send your resume to blah 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 and include a list of your top 3 favorite TV shows and/or movies and explain why you chose them. So I'm gonna do BBC's Merlin because it's just
That one is good.
It's just so good. It makes me feel things, and it always will. I feel like.
I was very concerned at first that you were going to say Sherlock. We were going to need to have a talk.
No, I enjoy Sherlock most of the time. Yeah.
I liked the first season or 2, and then
Yeah.
I watched it, but I will never say it's good.
It's not the same. Probably Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Another good one.
And I'm gonna include Full Metal Alchemist.
That's a good one. Mildly offended it's on there, but Yu Hakusho is not, but it's fine.
It's good. And I really like it. I don't know if it's my top 3.
It's fine. Also, Full Metal Alchemist will look better to colleges if they know anything about anime because it's all sciencey and shit, and Yu Hakusho is a beat 'em up.
Well, the job is to you're reading and doing coverage, which is basically like a summary and says whether or not it will be a good idea or not. Pilots for development. So it's like, what are your tastes? Are you good at like looking at the flaws and the good parts of a show? Like even if it's your favorite, like, can you point out the flaws?
Yeah.
And why you like it in an articulate way. So there's no flaws with any of those. No, there is. The only one I will
not literally
pause for is Full Metal.
Not literally one of the things that like you and I like to do and talk about just at random. It's like this is the good, the bad.
Yeah.
It's great. You've been preparing for this job.
I have. Well, yeah, I have. Not the education that I've been doing for the past 3.5 years, but chatting with you for the past.
Let's talk. Obviously, those are the ones that you always drop out of because migraine issues.
Because we haven't done a Let's Talk since I started feeling well.
Is that a request? Because I will do Let's Talk.
I mean, kind of. We were gonna do that whole like reading books and talking.
We're not discussing that yet. I have to fix my newsletter.
Okay.
Because it won't set my newsletter out for some reason.
Um,
And I haven't had time to sit down and fix my newsletter. That's like my priority after I come back from the family vacation is to get my newsletter fixed. What's up, Coco?
I'm cleaning my room.
Okay. My stream ends in like 5 minutes. We can video call and you can show me your room after that, okay?
Can we record now?
No, you can wait 5 minutes.
Okay, I guess I stay here for
Okay, stay there for 5 minutes. Not gonna break my heart that you're down here with me.
I can't think of any flaws to Full Metal. Brotherhood. I have lots of flaws in 2003, but that didn't make my list.
If I remembered Brotherhood, I could list
I have
things
one.
for you. And what's your one flaw there?
I was gonna be there's a lot of stuff referenced that's not actually in the show, but I can also follow it up with that is because it was previously animated in 2003, and I can explain that whole thing. So it says I know about things. I research things I like. Did that make any sense? What I just said?
Yes, it has flaws because it expects you to have already seen another piece of media.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to have seen it, but it does impact the viewing experience.
Yes.
All right, I'll write that down later. I just put as one of my favorite movies, Taylor Swift: The Eras Tour. Flaws, not long enough.
I'm beginning to question whether or not you can, in fact, find the flaws in things you love.
I can. Look, I put 3 flaws for BBC's Merlin. It's cheesy, because it is. Although some of it's really, like, unique, but there are chunks that are horribly cheesy. And it's amazing. There's horrible CGI, but that's not a problem with the script. That's just... And then it's queerbaiting. Feels queerbaiting. It isn't actually, but it feels like it. And then also there's a sharp escalation in the level of villainy of Morgana.
Yes.
I think it shows growth that Supernatural is no longer in my top list because of the end.
I would say some flaws with
If I chose to write about that, I'd be like, I love the show. And then, let me talk about the flaws.
I think some of the flaws with BBC's Merlin is like that from a story or script perspective, they did not properly set Morgana up to be the villain that they wanted her to be. And there was a lot more that they could have done with the dynamic between her and Merlin that they did not do.
They did like a 3-year time skip at one point.
Yeah.
Was so weird. It was like after. No. They did a couple weird time skips that were like,
Yes.
what are you doing? Like, you can't just do that. We're in the middle of a story. Like a few
And
months
so
here and
like
there. Like, okay.
yeah, those time skips did heavily impact the it felt more like they were trying to get to a point in development without actually giving the viewers the satisfaction of getting there with them. And I'm like, one could say that it's like, oh, but Morgana had to be evil because she's like, you already changed so much from like the mythology and whatnot.
She could have been evil, but her type of evil didn't. Her type of evil at the end doesn't fit what you could see her in season 1 and 2 grow into
Yes.
as people. Like, she loved so hard, and it wasn't like a corruption of that love, but it was only a corruption of her love for like Uther, but not a corruption of her love for the people. Like, she cared so much about people, like the little people, and like they kind of forgot about
To
that.
take her to I think my biggest issue with Morgana's development is to take her from being like, people and magic users need to live in harmony, or it's like we need to like be nice and be good to these people, and then to take her and to make her be like, nah, fuck everybody who's not a magic user, is like, that shit.
Magic user. She's like, if you're not with me, you are against me.
Yes.
Yeah, no, she lost it, which is like a depressing. It's also a trope to have a very powerful woman go mad.
Yeah, I was about to say it's an unfortunate continuation of the whole power corrupts women regardless of anything. Like, there's power corrupts and power corrupts absolutely, but then there's also like, oh, no women with power can like ever stay sane. And they're always going to be corrupted because of a man.
Because they had a couple women in there. Also, the treatment of Gwen in the last season was just like, what the hell? Why is Gwen so awful? Season 5, I have issues with, in case that's not coming clear. Still love the show. When I rewatch, I kind of just stop at season 4. Because season 5 is sad. It's just a sad season. It loses a lot of the heart of the show. Still my favorite show, apparently. Or one of my favorites.
Well, that's the whole point of your thing, is it's like they want to make sure that you can critically look at your favorite things and point out what's wrong with them. Yeah. Because no media is perfect. I don't care what anybody says. All media has problems.
All 3 of my things are not ongoing. Well, Captain America Winter Soldier, counting it as not ongoing because it's a movie. But like, if I did something that was ongoing, I don't know.
Also, Fox Boys is not on your list. That's just.
It is not.
You can rip that one apart, though.
Season 1 was shit. We should have just started from season 2 and then give me like 5
minutes. No, we needed the backstory of season 1. And my pain needed to be shared. Yeah, the romance plotline.
It could have been his like pseudo daughter. They could have done a pseudo daughter thing and it would have been more emotional. I say like I didn't cry at that show, but that doesn't mean anything. A show making me cry means nothing about its quality. I cry at everything.
That's not true. I cried. That's not at
that point. I mean, talking about the love story, not the siblings.
I didn't cry at the love story.
I don't remember. I probably did, but I'm.
You're like, I'm gonna just assume I did.
Yeah. The music starts playing and I like feel the shivers and I'm like, oh my god! But I'm like, no, stop it, body! Stop having such a visceral reaction.
We're not happy with these people.
My heart.
All right, we should wrap up and go.
Okay. No one, barely anyone's here.
It's fine.
All right. Next week we'll be on my channel.
Thank you for those who joined us today. Again, on Monday, I will have sprints at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. Next Wednesday will be on CB's channel, and then Thursday I will be back on mine. Yep. And we will hope everyone has a good weekend, and we will catch you later. Bye!